Hi, it's me. A year or two ago, I made this card and someone recently requested that I make a slower tutorial. Ask and you shall receive, friends. So here we go. First, you're going to need two cards that are the same size. This is your standard A4 card, which is 4¼ by 5.5 inches. So you're going to need two of these. With one of them, you're going to put it to the side, and with the other one, you're going to fold it so that the outside is going to be inside, and by inside I mean inside the fold. So now I'm looking at the back. So next we're going to take this and we're going to mark 1 inch from the edge of the card and then another inch from the other edge of the card, and my mat has a grid on it, so it helps. Next, from those inch marks, we're going to move and draw a line that's about 1.5 inches, just like this. So yes, I realize I'm starting at 10, but I can count, so there is 1.5 inches right here, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, so which makes 1.5 inches. So now you're going to have these two lines that are parallel to each other. Then we're going to cut on those lines just like this, and you're going to be cutting through both sheets of paper or both sides of the paper. So here's a cut here, and then here is another cut right over here. So there we have two parallel cuts, and then we're going to fold. We're going to take this and fold it like this, and you can press really hard right here so that you get a nice little crease, and then do the same here, but try not to fold those edges like I did, so just pull them out if you accidentally do, then fold it like that. So now that we have those creases, we're going to take this little piece that we cut and we're going to push it in like this. So see, now we see that it's on the inside of our card, and we're going to press that crease down really nicely. So now we have a nice little platform, and this is a platform fold. Kind of cool, right? Next, we are going to mark 1/2 inch from where we just cut. So here's like 1/2 inch from where we just cut there. And then this side, we're going to do the same 1/2 inch. Again, these are 1 inch squares on my grid. From there, we're going to draw about 1 inch up, not about 1 inch. We're going to draw 1 inch up so that we have two parallel 1 inch lines from where we created those dots. Now, see this little gap right here? That's where we're going to put our scissors. So you're going to take your scissors and you're going to put in between there, and then you're going to cut along those lines that you just drew. So just cut right here and then cut right over there. So now you have two parallel lines, and we're going to fold this up, and you can press really hard right there to make that crease. And now we can take this and we're going to push that in as best you can. Just push it in so that the fold is going inside the card. So now you press it, press it, press it, press it. And when you open this up, ta-da, you have a platform on top of the platform. So now that we have this cool platform, we're going to take it and we're going to glue it to the card that we put to the other side. And that way the back of our card will not have any holes in it. So when it comes to gluing things down, I like to use a glue that I know for sure will not create lumps in my card. And that's why I'm using Uhu glue right here. It's not water-based, it's like a solvent-based glue. So when it dries, it won't be lumpy. And when I do things like this, I tend to put too much glue. You can also use tape. I just prefer glue because glue tends to be a little bit shifty, and I never do things right the first time. So that's why I use glue more than I use tape. So here it is. It may not be even at the edge right there, but that's okay. As long as those fold lines are matched up, you will be good to go. And by folds, I'm talking about the middle of the card. So I'm putting glue right here again, and then I am going to press it down like so, and that making sure that the middle of the card is lined up. And see how the glue shifted? That's okay, because the middle of these two cards are lined up, and I'm going to press everything together so that it's nice and neat. Ta-da! There's our two platform folds. Next, we are going to punch out our hearts. I have 3 heart punches. I have large, medium, and small. And the number of hearts you cut out or punch out is based on your personal preference. So you're definitely going to need more than 10, but you probably won't need 100. So start off with maybe 10 to 15 hearts and then go from there. So these are hearts in various different sizes, and I'm going to glue them down using Barely Arts glue. I like Barely Arts glue because of its precision tip. It makes everything so much easier and like to get glue exactly where you want to go. So I'm just going to put glue at the very, very bottom of this heart right here. And I'm going to stick it onto that platform you see at the top. And I want these to like face me. So notice how when I'm placing it, it is below that top crease. You never want to take your hearts and glue them on top of any of the creases you see. See, it's just below it. So it's kind of like at the side of a box. Like if you're gluing something on the side of the box, that's where it's glued. So there's the first heart. And then I am going to show you again how to do this so that you really emphasize that you don't want glue on those creases. So here it is. It's on that platform again on this side of the block or the box, so to speak, and it's there. So yeah, there you go. Just pretend that it's like one flat sheet of paper facing you. So the top of it doesn't even exist. So notice how I'm just gluing them down and then I'm avoiding putting them on creases or gluing them across creases. And I'm pretending that there's just 2 flat sheets of paper facing me. And I hope that makes sense, but just look closely and you'll see that I'm not gluing across any creases. So it's great when you have a variety of different heart shapes because then it gives it a little bit more character and more dimension. And you really see that when you put the card on its side like this, like you could see the way that the shadows of the hearts and the platform kind of make it feel more like the cards are exploding at you, especially when you turn the card on its side like this. See how they kind of just appear behind it? I think that effect of this is really cool. It's very simple but very effective, and whoever opens this will definitely feel the love. I know I feel the love. It's like, wow, but it's so simple, right? So the next thing to do is to put the cover. I stuck very basic. This is the size, about a 1/4 inch smaller than what the cover is. So it's like 4 1/4 or 4 inches by 5 1/4, and I'm just putting a heart on it, and then I'm taking that heart I punched down and putting it inside the card. So this will get glued on top. But before gluing it on top, I've noticed that the edges are kind of uneven with the piece on the inside and the piece on the outside. So I just went ahead and cut it off. And I made them even by using my little paper cutter that I have right here to give the card a more clean finish. So once I cut those edges off and everything is nice and even, I admire my card one more time in all its glory, and then I glue on the top. When gluing on the top, make sure you use a glue that you know will lay flat. Otherwise, it'll create all these bubbles. So for this one, I did use Uhu glue, but you can also use Barely Arts glue as long as you use a very thin layer of it. Otherwise, it's going to bubble. You can also use tape. It's basically whatever you prefer. And then here is the card in all its glory. Look at how cool the dimensions look with those hearts. Whoever received this card is going to be like, ooh, wow, when they first open it up, because you kind of don't expect it to look this way. It's very simple, but very, very effective. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you have any questions, please comment down below. I'm always happy to help. Take care. Bye.